What is up, guys, and welcome back to Thou Shalt Listen. I'm Tyler.
Hey, hey, hey.
You know who that is.
Yep.
And today, guys, we got one that I remember from high school. Hunter has never heard this list. And we're going to be reading these a little bit fast with reactions because there are 213 things on this list.
This could be turned.
It could be a two-parter. We
Yeah.
don't know. So, guys,
Let's hear it.
this is 213 things Skippy, or SPC Schwartz, is no longer allowed to do in the U.S. Army. So I'm going to give you a little brief rundown. So once upon a time, there was a specialist named Schwartz stationed with the Army in the Balkans. He was either very clever or very bored, but probably both, since he managed to attempt or be warned about 213 things he wasn't allowed to do. He has since collected them into a list where people may read. So, onward and upward. Some of these are very inappropriate and very weird. I will warn you now. But we're going to go straight through them because Hunter's never heard this list. Number 1. Not allowed to watch South Park when I'm supposed to be working. Number 2. My proper military title is Specialist Schwartz, not Princess Anastasia. I am not allowed to threaten anyone with black magic. I am not allowed to challenge anyone's disbelief of black magic by asking for hair. I am not allowed to get silicone breast implants. Remember, this is a man. I am not allowed to play Pulp Fiction with a suction cup dart pistol and any officer. I am not allowed to add in accordance with the prophecy to the end of answers I give to a question an officer asks me. I am not allowed to add pictures of officers I don't like to war criminal posters. I am not allowed to title any product, Get Over It. I am not allowed to purchase anyone's soul on government time.
Oh, Lord.
I am not allowed to join the Communist Party. I am not allowed to join any militia. I am not allowed to form any militia. I am not allowed out of my office when the president visits Sarajevo. I am not allowed to train adopted stray dogs to sick brass. I must get a haircut even if it tampers with my Samson-like powers. God may not contradict any of my orders. I may no longer perform my now infamous Barbie girl dance while on duty. I may not call any officers immoral, untrustworthy, lying slime, even if I'm right. Must not taunt the French anymore. Must attempt to not antagonize the SAS. Must never call an SAS a wanker. Must never ask anyone who outranks me if they've been smoking crack. Must not tell any officer that I am smarter than they are, especially if it's true. Never confuse a Dutch soldier for a French one. Never tell a German soldier that we kicked your ass in World War II.
Oh.
That's a good one, okay? Do not tell Princess Diana jokes in front of the British Airborne.
Oh, Lord.
Don't take the batteries out of the other soldiers' alarm clocks, even if they do hit snooze 40 times. The Irish MPs are not after me frosted Lucky Charms. I am not allowed to wake a non-commissioned officer by repeatedly banging on their head with a bag of trash. I am not allowed to let sock puppets take responsibility for any of my actions. I am not allowed to let sock puppets take command of my post. I am not allowed to chew gum at formation unless I brought enough for everybody. This next one is from the next day. I am not allowed to chew gum at formation even if I did bring enough for everybody. Not allowed to sing High Speed Dirt by Megadeth during airborne operations. So the lyrics, see the earth below, soon to make a crater, blue sky, black death, I'm off to meet my maker. Can't have flashbacks to wars I was not in. Our medic is called Sergeant Larwassa, not Dr. Feelgood. Our supply sergeant is Sergeant Watkins, not Sugar Daddy. I'm not allowed to ask for the day off due to religious purposes on the basis that the world is going to end more than once.
Oh, Lord.
I do not have superpowers. Keep on trucking is not a psychological warfare message. I'm not allowed to attempt to appeal to mankind's baser instincts and recruitment posters. Camouflage body paint is not a uniform. I am not the atheist chaplain. I am not allowed to go to Bragg Boulevard and shake Daddy's little moneymaker for 20 stuffed into my undies. I am not authorized to fire officers. I am not a citizen of Texas and those other 49 lesser states. I may not use public masturbation as a tool to demonstrate a flaw in the chain of command. I am not allowed to trade military equipment for magic beans. You good?
Yeah.
I am not allowed to sell magic beans during duty hours.
Oh, Lord.
Not allowed to quote Dr. Zeus on military operations. Not allowed to yell, "Take that Cobra," at the rifle range. Not allowed to quote Full Metal Jacket at the rifle range. Napalm sticks to kids is not a motivational phrase. In order to put kiwi on my boots does not involve fruit. In order to make my boots black and shiny does not involve electrical tape. The proper response to a lawful order is not why.
What?
The following words and phrases may not be used in cadence. And y'all, I'm going to make it clear, some of these are very inappropriate. I do not agree with these, but I'm going to read them for the list.
I think they figured this out halfway down the list already.
So these are words and phrases that you cannot use in cadence. You ready?
Let's do it.
Budding sexuality. Necrophilia. I hate everyone in this formation and I wish they were dead. Sexual lubrication. Black Earth Mother. All Marines are latent homosexuals. Tantric yoga. Gotterdammerung. Korean hooker. Eskimo Nell. We've all got jackboots now. A word I will not say. Or any reference to squid. Number 59. May not make posters depicting the leadership failings of my chain of command. The giant space ants are not at the top of my chain of command. If one soldier has a second lieutenant bar in his uniform, and I have an E4 on mine, it means he outranks me. It does not mean I have been promoted 3 more times than you. It is better to beg forgiveness than to ask permission no longer applies to Specialist Schwartz. Command decisions do not need to be ratified by a 2/3 majority. Inflatable novelties, blow-up dolls, do not entitle me to BAQ or separation pay. There are no evil clowns living under my bed. There is no anti-mime campaign in Bosnia. I am not the psychological warfare mascot. I may not line my helmet with tinfoil to block out the space mind control lasers.
No, good lord.
I may not pretend to be a fascist stormtrooper while on duty. I am not authorized to prescribe any form of medication. I must not flaunt my deviances in front of my chain of command. I will not be allowed to wear a GIMP mask while on duty. The mask with the zipper?
Yes.
No military functions are to be performed skyclad, nude. Woad is not camouflage makeup. May not conduct psychological experiments on my chain of command.
Oh, why not?
Teddy bear, turn around is not a cadence. The MP checkpoint is not an Imperial Stormtrooper roadblock, so I should not tell them you don't need to see my identification. These are not the droids you are looking for. I may not call block my chain of command. I am neither the king nor queen of cheese. I am not allowed to wear a dress to any army function. I may not bring a drag queen to the battalion formal dance. May not form any press gangs. Must not start any situation report with, I recently had an experience I just had to write you about. Must not use military vehicles to squish things. Not allowed to make any psychological warfare products depicting the infamous Fort Bragg sniper incident. That's actually really messed up. May not challenge anyone in my chain of command to the field of honor. If the thought of something makes me giggle for longer than 15 seconds, I am to assume I am not allowed to do it. Must not refer to First Sergeant as Mom. Must not refer to the commander as Dad. Inflatable sheep do not need to be displayed during a room inspection. I am not authorized to initiate jihad. When asked to give a few words at a military ceremony, romper, bomper, stomper, boo is probably not appropriate. Nerve gas is not funny. Crucifixes do not ward off officers, and I should not test that. I am not in need of a more suitable host body. Redneck Zombies is not a military training aid. Gozer does not dwell in my refrigerator. The proper response to a chemical weapon attack is not tell my chain of command what I really think about them, then poke holes in their mask. A smiley face is not used to mark a minefield. Claymore mines are not filled with yummy candy, and it is wrong to tell new soldiers that they are.
Oh.
I am not allowed to mount a bayonet on a crew-served weapon. Rodents are not entitled to burial with full military honors, even if they are casualties of war.
Oh, Lord.
My commander is not old enough to have fought in the Civil War, and I should stop implying that he did. Vodka, green food coloring, and a cool mint Listerine bottle is not a good combination. I'm not allowed to bum cigarettes off of anyone under 12.
Oh.
I may not trade my rifle for any of the following: cigarettes, booze, sexual favors, Kalashnikovs, Soviet armored vehicles, small children, or bootleg CDs. Must not mock command decisions in front of the press. Should not taunt members of the press even if they are really fat, exceptionally stupid, and working for UPI. I am not authorized to change national policy in Eastern Europe. Never, ever attempt to correct a Green Beret officer about anything. I am not qualified to operate any German, US, Polish, or Russian armored vehicles. When saluting a leg officer, the appropriate greeting is not "Airborne leads the wet." Oh, sorry, sir. There is absolutely no need to emulate the people from Full Monty, even every time I hear the song Hot Stuff. I cannot trade my CO to the Russians.
Oh, come on.
I should not speculate on the genitalia size of anyone who outranks me. Crucifying mice, bad idea. Must not use government equipment to bootleg pornography. Burn pits are for classified material. They are not revel fires, therefore it is wrong to dance naked around them.
Oh,
I cannot arrest children for being rude.
Oh.
An EO briefing is probably not the best place to unveil my newest off-color joke. I should not use government resources to waterproof dirty magazines. Radioactive material should not be stored in the barracks. I should not teach other soldiers to say offensive and crude things in Albanian under the guise of teaching them how to say potentially useful phrases. 2-drink limit does not mean first and last. 2-drink limit does not mean 2 different kinds of drinks. 2-drink limit does not mean the drinks can be as large as I like.
So he tested that like 3 different ways.
Right. No drinking of alcoholic beverages does not imply that a Jack Daniels IV is acceptable.
Oh.
Spadoinkle is not a real word. The Microsoft Dancing Paperclip is not authorized to countermand any orders. Sorry, I had to take a drink. I'm drunk is a bad answer to any question posed by my commander. No dancing in the turret. This especially applies in conjunction with Rule 113, which was the hot stuff dance from Full Monty. The loudspeaker system is not a forum to voice my ideas. The loudspeaker system is not to be used to replace the radio. The loudspeaker system is not to be used to broadcast the soundtrack to a porn movie. In order to put polish on my boots means the whole boots. Shouting, "Let's do the village, let's do the whole dang village" while out on mission is bad. Should not show up at the front gate wearing part of a Russian uniform, drunk. Number 138, even if my commander did it.
Oh, God.
Must not teach interpreters how to make MRE bombs. I am not authorized to sell mineral rights. I am not allowed to use a broadsword to disprove the pen is mightier than the sword. Calvin Ball is not authorized PT. I do not need to keep a range card by my window. K-Pot, LBE, and a thin coat of Break Free is not an authorized uniform. I should not drink 3 quarts of red food or blue food coloring before a urine test. Nor should I drink 3 quarts of red food coloring and scream during the same. I should not threaten suicide with Pop Rocks and Coke. You good?
Yeah.
Need a breather for a second? We're almost to the end.
With all this laughing, guys, it really messes with a gag reflex that I have because of my disability. So if you see me gagging on video, you know why now. Continue. I want to finish laughing.
Putting red Mike and Ikes into a prescription medicine bottle and eating them all in a formation is not funny.
Oh, Lord.
Must not create new DOD forms, then insist they be filled out. On sports day PT, a wedgie is not allowed or considered a legal tackle. The proper way to report to my command is The proper way to report to my commander is Specialist Schwartz reporting as ordered, sir. Not, you can't prove a thing. The following items do not exist. Keys to the drop zone, a box of grid squares, blinker fluid, winter air for tires, canopy lights, or chem light batteries. I should not assign new privates to guard the flight line. I shouldn't treat pee bottles with extra strength icy hot. Yeah.
What?
Teaching Albanian children to taunt other soldiers is not nice. I will no longer perform lap dances while in uniform. If I take the uniform off in the course of the lap dance, it still counts. The revolution is not now. When detained by MPs, I do not have a right to a strip search. No part of the military uniform is edible. Body checking general officers is not a good idea. Past lives have absolutely no effect on the chain of command.
This cannot be real.
Take that hat off. There is no such thing as a wear virgin. I do not get that time of month. No, the pants are not optional. I'm not allowed to operate a business out of the barracks. Especially not a pornographic movie studio. Even if they are especially patriotic films. I'm not allowed to defect to Op 4 during training missions. On training missions, I am not allowed to try to shoot down the general's helicopter. A full magazine and some privacy is not the way to help a potential suicide. I'm not allowed to create new levels of security clearance. Furby, and this is real, Furby is not allowed into classified areas. I swear this is not made up. That's actual DoD policy because they record what is said around them and say it back.
Well, yeah.
We do not charge into battle naked like the Celts. Any device that can crawl across the table on medium does not need to be brought into the office. I am not to refer to a formation as the boxy rectangle thing. I am not a lesbian trapped in a man's body.
No, Lord.
On Army documents, my race is not other. Nor is it Secretariat in the Third. Pokemon Trainer is not an MOS. There is no FM for wall-to-wall counseling. My chain of command has neither the time nor the inclination to hear about what I did with 6 boxes of fruit roll-ups. When operating a military vehicle, I may not attempt something I saw in a cartoon. My name is not a killing word. I am not the emperor of anything. I must not taunt officers in the throes of nicotine withdrawal with cigarettes. I may not challenge officers to meet me on the field of honor at dawn. Do not dare SEER graduates to eat bugs. They will always do it. Must not make s'mores while on guard duty.
Oh, Lord.
Our Humvees cannot be assembled into a giant battle robot.
Oh, come on.
The proper response to a
That'd be
briefing
nice.
is not, that's what you think. The Masons and Gray Aliens are not in our chain of command. Shouldn't use Photoshop to create incriminating photos of my chain of command.
But why?
I'm not allowed to give
If-
tattoos. I'm not allowed to sing Henry VIII I Am until verse 68 ever again. I'm not allowed to lead a coup during training missions. I should not confess to crimes that took place before I was born. My chain of command is not interested in why I just happen to have a kilt, an inflatable sheep, and a box of rubber bands in the back of my car. Must not valiantly push officers onto hand grenades to save the squad. Despite the confusing similarity in the names, the safety dance and the safety briefing are never to be combined. To conquer the earth with an army of flying monkeys is a bad long-term goal to give the re-enlistment NCO. Never nail a stuffed bunny to a cross and put it in front of the battalion headquarters sign as an Easter decoration. Don't write up false gigs on an HMMWV PMCS. Broken clutch pedal, number 3 turbine, frequent flameouts, flux capacitor, emits loud whine when engaged. Not allowed to get shot. The chicken and rice MRE is not lubricant. Skippy wants this noted for the record that this is not something he has ever attempted or considered. It was something that he heard about at dinner on the 22nd of September. Not allowed to play into the deluded fantasies of the civilians who are hearing conversations from the NSA, FBI, CIA, and KGB due to the microchip the aliens implanted in their brain.
Oh.
An air sickness bag is to be used for air sickness only. Must not make t-shirts depicting a pig with the writing "Eat pork or die" in Arabic to bring a civilian attire when preparing to deploy to a primarily Muslim country. Yeah.
Oh, my.
Don't ask LTC Steel to sign my copy of Black Hawk Down.
I don't even have anything to say to the last one or the
There's 2
Black
more.
Hawk Down one.
There's 2 more.
I know.
Must not go on 9 deployments in 6 years that require a security clearance that I don't have, even if the Army tells me repeatedly that I have one and I have no reason to question them. And the last one, do not convince NCOs that their razor bumps are the result of microscopic parasites. Guys, that has been 213 things Skippy is no longer allowed to do in the military, or anyone else for that matter. Some of those are far-fetched, and it's amazing to think that someone tried them. But we're going to end it there. That has been Thou Shalt Listen.
You know that really worries me for our military.
I am severely concerned about
I
some of
felt safe until we until we read that entire list. But now I'm not so safe.
Right.
But anyway,
We hope you
will
enjoyed,
be
guys.
the end of this one. Hope you enjoyed.
God bless you.
Have a good one.
Have a good one, guys.